been way too long since I started my bus, about probably 3 or 4 weeks. I like to start it every couple weeks just to keep things moving, keep the juices flowing, everything lubricated. They have a peak and fire it up here. Well, crap. I wasn't expecting that. I keep these, keep the batteries on a tender. So what the hell? Try to check things out here. Yeah, that hammering means low battery. Yeah, so my mechanism here to keep those topped off is not working. So I have a jumper wire in here that I use to tie the house and the chassis batteries together, and it's on a relay because I don't have a switch run all the way up to the front for that purpose yet. So I just do it right here. I only do it when I'm going to be parked for a while and I want to keep them up well. In the last 4 weeks, this has been sitting those drained down to 12.3, whatever it was, and I need to charge batteries for a while. So we'll start it later. That sucks. I like to keep my batteries topped up. So we're back in town from our latest trip and getting back on bus projects. We've got this water heater we need to install yet. Some of you may be following this progress of this diesel electric water heater that we've been working on. We love to travel, so that's the whole reason that we have a bus. So some of you may know, my regular followers, we went and spent like 10 days in Maui. It was great. We're back in cold, rainy Oregon now. I'm out here in my shop all bundled up and gonna get to work here. Well, the plumbing situation on this thing is a little complicated. We've got a freeze valve, which has to be incorporated at a low point here. This will open if the temperatures drop down near 35 degrees Fahrenheit, draining the water out of the unit to protect it from freeze damage. Also draining all the water out of your tank in your RV onto whatever the ground or wherever you vent this thing to. We have a mixing valve, which hopefully will prevent scalding if this thing puts out some pretty hot water. Hopefully this will work properly at the low pressures that are present in an RV plumbing system pump. I'm gonna have to test that out. Some T's, and of course there's a pressure relief valve. Various things to incorporate. I've made a little hand sketch here. I do not expect you to interpret that. It's from my notes. But yeah, let's get with it here. Get this thing plumbed up. I'm plumbing it out here on the bench so that it's easier for me to install. I'll have as much of it as I can pre-plumbed here so that I just hook up the hot and cold inside the bus so I don't have to deal with all working in a tight space down low and all that jazz. So yeah, let's see how this goes here. We're going. I do have a piece of news on this that's relevant. Some of you have asked me where I got this and how much it was and all that kind of stuff, and it was a good price. Well, I imported this from China, and I've heard about import duties getting slapped on things when they come in. Yes, I got a surprise bill on this for 25% import duty plus FedEx fees. It was over $300, about $325, which was adding another 30% onto the price of this unit. So had I known that, I probably wouldn't have bought this from that supplier or negotiated a better price or something. So if you're gonna import one of these, figure out the customs duty situation. Any year we go to Home Depot or another hardware store and end up buying more crap just so you don't have to make another trip back just in case you need something? Yeah, well, that's what just happened. I went to Home Depot, didn't know exactly what size things were gonna work out, so I ended up buying a bunch of extra stuff just to make sure I had, hopefully, everything I need to do some of the stuff I'm doing here. In the bottom of this down here, there's got to be a low point drain valve, the freeze valve, and then I've also got to accommodate this pressure relief valve drain, which you probably can't quite see from that angle. Pressure relief valve's got a drain on it as well. So that's three things that are coming out of here. I do not want to have three drains going out through my floor. I want to have one. And I want to use this clear tubing. I just think it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. And of course, this is like 1/4 inch or probably some metric equivalent that's close to 1/4 inch. So I've got to adapt from that. I got, this is 3/8 ID. Everything else is half. I think this will be fine for a drain. So I got to incorporate all that into the design here. I'll move the camera over behind me to give a little bit of view here. I'm not a plumber. So yeah, don't give me a hard time about poor plumbing choices or whatever. I would prefer to be working in PEX for all this stuff, but it's all, it's all hard pipe here, and I have a bunch of adapters and stuff, and so it's just like, we're just doing hard pipe. Probably gonna end up taking a bunch of this stuff back. you, I've got a ridiculous amount of fittings here that I bought from Home Depot. And I hate reworking stuff, but I'm gonna have to rework a little bit of what I did here. Not happy with how this ended up, so if you loosen it, it screws it up, so you gotta take it all the way off and redo it. You know, redo the Teflon. So I'm gonna do that, and I gotta build up this drain valve, freeze valve thing down here, and I gotta spin it on before I take it in there and hope none of it leaks after it's assembled. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. Well, that wasn't so bad. Didn't even really booger up the Teflon. And since this is a compression fitting here, you gotta really support this when you're turning it so that you don't end up spinning that and breaking the seal there. And no, there doesn't seem to be a good way to, oh, there would be actually, come to think of it. I guess you could build all this and then just slip it on there and tighten that fitting down. That'd be smart, right? But too late for me for that. Gotta go over to the vise now. Hey YouTube, just as I was noodling on this plumbing, look who showed up. My buddy Mike, who's the wiring wizard, showed up, and we're working on this, figuring out this plumbing situation ourselves. Lots of fittings and crap here. 2 drains, freeze drain, manual drain, input to the tank, output to the mixing valve. So
input from the cold.
Yeah, input from the cold tank. So we're gonna assemble all this now, and then we're gonna have, unfortunately, you know, that 140 bucks that I spent at Home Depot wasn't enough. I need to go back and get some more, but we're gonna have, we're gonna go to flex out of these drains here.
Yes. Okay. Let's get some close nipples
Pre-wrapped.
pre-unwrapped. Out of the
I did some Teflon on all these. We're going to use 4 wraps of Teflon on all these fittings because I'm tired of leaks and having to crank the hell out of stuff.
Where's your Teflon?
It's right here in my hand.
Oh.
I'm applying. It's 1, 2, I think. 3. I wonder if a professional would just wrap the whole dang thing. I could do both sides.
Professional does it like this.
Oh yeah, and pull it tight, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wrap this one.
I'll wrap it if you want.
You don't want to wait for me to do it, do you?
No, I do it faster.
Well, I usually do it the way you were doing it too. I
You
just
gotta flip that over.
why?
Because it unrolled as I rolled it.
I'm doing it okay. I mean, maybe I'm doing it the wrong direction.
The threads are the correct direction.
Yes, I do know at least that much. Wrap it in the direction where it's not going to unwind when you put it on. So you're saying go this way?
No, do it this way, like that. Okay, now, let's take your thumb on that. Put your middle finger in the spool.
Don't get impatient. I'm learning.
And then you can control the tension.
Oh yeah, now I can make it good and tight. Yep.
That's 4. There you go. Okay. And that one's already done. So let's
And the old guy at Home Depot says that he does both. He put a little dab of this on.
put on the inside threads.
They do occasionally at Home Depot hire people that were in the trade and that aren't anymore for whatever reason.
They
And
do
that guy I was talking to there knew what the hell he was talking about.
So
Because I presented problems to him and he was immediately saying what to do.
But if you come up to them with bus conversion or trailer, or
Oh yeah, you don't say or yeah.
yeah, don't say nothing. Oh no, that's not how you do it. And I went there one time, and some lady was her trailer, and she was having a plumbing issue, and the guy, the old guy, was just sitting there. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And then I asked her, "What are you trying to put together?" And she showed me. I'm like, "All right, come here, let's engineer this." And so we engineered it, and she thanked me, for helping, and it was a lot better than the service she had gotten from that guy. All right, let's take these pieces over there.
Okay, do you want to use the vise to put this together? Yeah, pretty
Well,
simple.
I want to measure and see how much space we got
Okay.
to pre.
So how much? This is probably the critical distance here is from.
Yeah. So. Okay, so this one's going to go on last. These two will go together. Okay.
Is this the output?
That has to go on after this middle section is on.
Okay. All right.
All right, so.
Orientation those end up in is important when they're done.
Right. They're going in the same
So
direction.
is this the input to the tank?
No, the input to the tank is over there. It's not on yet. This is the input to the tank, yes. And this is the input from to your mixer. So tank and
Oh,
mixer.
you're building the left side first?
The left side.
Okay, all right. So this one, if this is the tank one here, then this one should probably be up, and that one should be like you have it there. Pretty much the orientation is sitting right now.
Yes. One more.
And close nipples will work themselves tighter. As one gets tighter, the other one will start to
The equalize there. Okay.
equalize there, yes.
And notice your dab of.
Stuff. I didn't put it on all of them. I just put it on the two that I thought we were working with.
Well, it worked it.
That one's got some on it.
All right, so there's tank, mixer, okay,
Okay.
and then the other one we'll put on after we put on the tank. Now
You
we
want
do
to put a nipple on that for the mixing valve thing?
yes, but that would be You're
Like
right.
a-
That's gonna be soft, flexible hoses up to the mixing valve.
Yeah, so we can use,
Teflon one side.
yeah, and we'll use a longer one. Don't use a close nipple on that.
How long?
Well, a little
is-
bit longer.
this is
Yeah,
like-
that's fine. Yeah. This needs a little more crank, maybe.
Do another crank? You can do it.
Just a teeny bit.
You can't do it teeny bit. You have to do a full rotation.
No, I don't. No, just to get this one just a little
Oh, I
teeny.
thought it was already 90.
No, just a little bit more. Oh, that's pretty tight. So it's this one here, right?
Yeah, this one here will be. This is water inlet.
Did you put some pipe dope in there?
No, I didn't. Hold on. Anyway, I don't think I can rotate this. Oh yeah, I can. No dab pipe dope.
Mike's working quick here. So the cold inside's got the freeze valve, a manual drain valve. The hot side's got pressure relief valve going into
Drain valve.
a drain, and we're going to flexible hose from that. 3/8 ID.
Here, I'll left hand screwdriver while you're filming. So, for good frame.
Okay. And this one we'll wait to
Oh,
do.
yeah,
We're checking the length of these before we go to Home
Yeah.
Depot.
So
because-
if they're down a little bit, that's going to be more.
So I think we're ready to take it over and install it, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's put the cap back on that, wherever that ended up. And we'll carry this over to the bus. Ah, shucks. I'm gonna do this. Maybe I gotta go the other way with it. Do I gotta go the other way first? Yeah, I'm gonna go this way first. Okay. Let me set this up over here. Oh, crap. Okay, try not to grab the pipes.
I think
Hitting something over here. Oh, it's, no, it doesn't go like that. I don't think it goes like that. Will it? Okay, it will go. Now will it go? We didn't do it like this last time.
No, but I gotta lift up back there.
Yeah. Let me get my arm out of there. Can we rotate it back yet?
We got to get that in, that little section in to about here on the wall.
And it's hitting here.
Yeah, so let's, you have to lift, there we go.
Okay, rotation. Okay, there we go. And then, okay, I gotta
Here's
lift
the-
inside.
Okay.
Now it's gotta turn 90. Ah. Okay, it's gotta turn 90 degrees. Still not in the right place.
Well, let's unscrew these hoses.
Do you want to go in?
Take these hoses, yeah, take those off.
Do you want to go inside and help from the other end? All right.
All right, so let's.
Lift from your side, and I'll lift from this side, and let's try and spin.
You want to go push toward me?
Nope. Well, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And now we'll spin.
Yeah, spin.
Oh, what's hitting? Oh, it's hitting right here. It's hitting right there.
Go up
But then,
toward you.
okay, you're just doing it. All right. You pick up on this side. Yep.
Foot. Okay. Foot. How far do
What's
you want
that?
toward you? Oh, I get it. And these come and touch a little bit past the door. I mean, they'll touch the door. But I think if we just bend to a 90 degree, all three of them, then your knob will be right here in the middle, and you can screw it to that. And then the outlet would just go to right there. But these three, you still need a shorter one of these.
Yes. If they have shorter ones of those, I'd like to.
Unless you get three really long ones and have a loop in them. And mount it over here.
Yeah, it would be best to mount it to that left wall because it's a double thick wall.
It's thick. But mounting it here and staying inside, then your hose will only need to be that long.
Yeah, I don't know how long they probably don't make those hoses much shorter than a 12-inch.
Looped long ones. Hey, do you have a long one over there on the...
Yep.
Okay, go get it. Just fit right there. All right, good. And it would loop around. Too cold.
Oh, you took the 90s off?
Yeah, I took those angles off. There's a cold. Okay, so let's loosely fit it so it still spins in place. All right. Did you have a second?
No, I don't have another one of those. That
Okay.
one is for the cold. I've got them. They got them in different lengths.
Oh, yeah.
The button's got to face out. Yeah, the red button's got to face out.
One, wait, that's cold. So that would go loop, and this would loop around.
We can get different length hoses.
Yeah, right. Let me try it slightly shorter. We'll try one of these short ones. This one's too short, so you need one that's medium, right in between these two.
Between a 12 and a
Yeah.
30, because one's 12 and one's...
12, and what is this other one?
It says right on it. I bet you it's a 30-inch.
Yeah, it's 30.
Yeah. So how's that 30 length going to work out for the cold water input? Check that while we've got it. It's right there in front of you.
Oh, this 30 for cold water?
Yeah, that was the cold water input.
That'll work really...
Is it too long?
No, it's not too long. It
looks like
I
it's
think-
too long because it's coming way out across.
No, because it's coming all the way over to here. No, it's not too long. I mean,
Could be shorter, huh?
it could be a couple inches shorter. I would say, like 28,
Oh yeah, they're not going to have that.
26.
They're going to be in like. It'd go like 30, and then it'll go like, I don't know, 18. I'm not sure.
30, I wouldn't go shorter than not.
Not shorter than the 20.
Yeah, you could. This'll work. Yeah, it has a good flow to it. Direction. You could hide it in the door. You could connect it right there and just keep it in the door. And then,
Okay.
so that'll work good. So, so the 30 was I was
for the
thinking
cold.
of just, if we could just mount that there. That's your outlet pipe right here.
Okay. With we'd need a coupler of some kind.
Clamp it to the wall right there, and that'll be strong enough to hold it. And then we would have so
Oh yeah, I like that.
cold is on this side, hot is here, but that's too short for a hose. But a hose that loops. See, we could even have it in with one elbow. Oh, wait a minute. If we do one elbow, I could do cold right from there. Oh, yeah. Okay.
My TPMS is beeping and unhappy right now. That's what that annoying beep is.
Yeah. That's almost... I'll bet an 18 would work really good there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what lengths they come in, but
What's that?
I'm not sure what lengths they come in.
that
Oh
almost-
wow, look at that.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, red button's got to be out.
Yeah. Boy, that...
So we need like a half
Yeah, you need a half to half,
female.
like that right there. But then you're hot, so we can make it come out and loop underneath and then feed itself. So like a second 30. Oh, not a 30, like
Can we
an
move
18.
can we bend the cold up and have that union too? Can that work? Will that
We can loop the cold if we had a longer one.
No, I mean sorry, the hot out. Can you make the hot out line up to where that just goes right in there, straight in?
Yeah, we can mount this straight to the hot, right? Like that.
So right, but the little piece that you've got
Yeah.
that comes from that you're trying to get to go to the hot in, right? The hot in and the hot out. Can you make the hot in just attach right to it?
This hot in.
Yeah, hot out of the hot water
Attached
heater,
to here?
hot into that.
You said it was too much weight.
I did, but if it's supported by the cold as well, or sorry, the output as well,
Oh, no, we
is also
cannot.
firm
We
and-
couldn't. Oh,
will that reach and all that? I mean, it's hard copper, so you don't want to bend it too much. It's going to have a...
yeah, but you need one of those couplers. You need a coupler. We could do that. We'd probably do it with two couplers. Hot in there. So
Oh,
those...
because we can't spin that to get it on.
No, we can't. We need a coupler at one end or the other.
Yeah, screw that. Yeah.
Well,
It'd be better mounted to the wall anyways, I think.
I think...
I'd like to mount
I think an 18 looping around to its side would work just fine. And then clamp this to the wall.
Okay. Clamp that to the
18.
wall. And then the cold in to the
This cold
Anti's
in is
called that?
just a smidge short. This comes to 12, but I think it comes in a 15 also, doesn't it?
I don't know what lengths they come in, but yeah, we can take it back and get a different
I think a 15 and an 18.
They're not going to be in like 3-inch increments. You're going to be lucky to get 6 or 12-inch increments on those.
Oh. Well, in two 18s, but
Okay.
okay.
All right. Good.
All right, today is tomorrow. Went to Home Depot last night. Picked up a few more fittings and stuff that I needed to finish this off. Returned a bunch of the stuff I didn't use. We took this, Mike and I, before he left last night, we took this back out of the bus just to have it on the bench, a little bit easier to finish working on. I actually think I'm gonna do a pressure test on this. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up garden hose to this and get it under, some high pressure and, or higher pressure, I should say, not, not high pressure. Got to use the pressure reducing valve. And just make sure I don't have any leaks in this before I install it. There's quite a few fittings here. And I don't want to have to take it back out and, deal with that. So yesterday when I fired up the bus, this is my TPMS, and it was alerting me to low tire pressure on that inner dual there. I run these all around 100 PSI in the summertime, and this one's down about 10 PSI from where it should be. So I'm gonna go ahead and air that up. I've mentioned this on my channel before, but I'm gonna go ahead and just mention it briefly again here. Lazy man's way to air up these big bus tires so you don't have to be squatting down here and holding it is to get one of these kinds that will hold themselves on. And use that to air up the tire. I can't do it one-handed. Well, maybe I can. Well, I guess I got to stand here and hold it anyways because the weight of the hose is too much and causes it to leak at the fitting, you know, sagging down. I preset the shop air compressor to output 100 PSI, so I don't have to babysit this. You know, any of you that have done this know it takes a long time to air up these bus tires. Unless you got something really big putting out a lot of air that I don't have. It'd take quite a while to get 10 PSI into that big old tire from, you know, through that little Schrader valve. So there's the shop air compressor. It's got some paint on it, or sheetrock dust or whatever. 100. See what's happening over here. I got tired of holding it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off there and see what we got. All right, I got the battery. Yeah, that was nowhere near full. It only put like 2 PSI in it, so gotta keep this going here. These valve stem extenders are a pain in the butt too. I've covered these in my other videos in the past, what I did to seal those up, but they're problematic as well. And as far as the pressure loss, it's probably not in the tire. It's probably either in the extender or I didn't have the TPMS sensor on quite all the way screwed down tight enough. And it was pretty slow loss, so I'll crank that down a little bit better this time, and hopefully that'll do it.
Warning, air pressure. Warning, air pressure light.
Air pressure light just went off. Bags are starting to come up. I hear that air just got to the accessory tank.
Warning, air pressure.
Who's complaining about air pressure? Oh, it's because it's below 100 or whatever I have it set to digitally. regarding the tire pressure. It's pretty hard to get the shop air to fill up that big bus tire, so the bus puts out so much more air that at a higher pressure that I'm just going to go ahead and use the bus to fill that tire. Time to shut it off. Oh well, hold on. I gotta air up my bags. The little black dots on there are where it's level, so I like to run my bags all around a little bit above those dots, about 70 psi on the left side. Get those up. There's just a minimum preset on this. That, you know, there's one valve that provides at least 60 psi to everything, and then the rest I just gotta bring up manually. And it can take quite a while because, you know, it's a small valve. Air's dropping just from us doing this. Which, you know, the governor's got to kick back in order to get me up to 120. It might be about right for filling my tires if I don't leak a bunch of it off. Notice how the others change when you bring this up, you know, because the weight shifts. It'd be nice if this system was electronic and automatic, but then of course you'd have more foolery and stuff to go wrong. I have seen that done before on a 4106. I didn't get to examine it, but there is a video in my history here that briefly mentions it. And the air governor obviously kicked back on because we're coming back up here. And I think we're good now. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. Notice the oil pressure light came on. Right? But these warnings are now smart enough to know that engine is not running, so it didn't do an audible warning. So I'm filling that tire. I want to end up about 98 psi in it. And check that out, just dropping as it's going in. Do not want to overshoot it a lot. But that's, you know, dynamically updating my tank pressure as it's going into the tire. I think I'll stop and check it now. And we got her. 2 tries with the shop air and fail, and 1 try with the bus air, and we got enough in it. Finally. Looks like this one's a little low too. Yep, I had to put some in that one too. Oh, I got that other tire aired up. Then I went over to a buddy's house and ended up helping him with his build for a while. So we'll have some updates on that next episode or soon. That was Mr. Lucky's Toy Hauler. He's getting back on that build. So this water heater project, rest of the work on that got sidelined for today. So stay tuned, and we'll continue on that next time.